Hello.
Hello, George.
Yes, my name's George. I'm an American, but I live in Bangkok, Thailand. Thailand. Go ahead, please.
My name is Akhilara and I am from India and I live in India.
Okay, great. I do you know how much I love India? Maybe you don't know. Oh, it's the first time we met. Yeah, my wife and I do photography and make books, and we spend a lot of time in India at the festivals working on our books. So I love the culture and. Oh, what state are you in? What
Uh,
state do you live in?
I live in Punjab.
Oh, yeah, chole. I love to make chole. Can you believe that? Chole Batur we found in the Golden Temple. Yeah, it's a great area. Is that where you were born?
Yes, I was born in a nearby state, Haryana. So
Oh, okay,
currently
sure, I know.
I live in my institute, educational institute. Due to academic
Oh,
cons-
that's
Due to academic constraints,
oh
I have to live in the hostel.
okay, that's interesting. Okay, I just rereading. Let's see, though my experience of public speaking, I had recognized my weak not being a good public speaker. I need to work the problem. Stammering sometimes, well, me too, while having one-on-ones. Okay, well, let's just talk a little bit. Okay, I appreciate the text you sent. That
Thank you.
I read it about 3 times, but I had a day off in between. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about what you do. You teach.
No, I am a
Do you
student.
teach?
I am a student.
Oh, you're a student. Okay. I missed that. So, what is your major?
I am a bachelor student in. I am doing my undergrad in computer science.
Computer science. Interesting. Okay. And when do you have to give presentations? Is that part of the curriculum? Part of your school that you
Uh,
give presentations?
Officially not, but in club activities, in debating clubs, in
Oh,
photography
oh.
clubs. So we have to
Ha,
come forward and guide our juniors. So at those moments, it becomes sometimes a problem.
photography, huh? That's what I did photography for 25 years
I'm not
in
in that
America.
club. I'm not in that club, but
Oh,
just
okay,
giving
okay,
for
all
an
right,
example.
okay, okay, yeah. But I did fashion photography in America 25 years, my dream job. Okay, let's talk about your computer. How did you get interested in the computer area?
Uh, you see, on trend, this field is at rank one. So in India, after we give our plus two exams,
Oh,
so
okay, it's like that. Okay. Yeah, I can't get used to that. You know, if they did that in my country, I'd be an accountant because I was really good in math. But, okay. Since we're talking about computers, let me share this. I've been working with DALI 2. Have you heard of this AI system?
yeah, I have heard of it.
Okay.
You give it
So,
prompt and it generates images.
yeah, so I have a lot of travel pictures. Here's one from Rajasthan. And I'm reimagining them as being done by classic painters. So I thought of Rembrandt for this for some reason. And I gave the description, and here's the painting Dali came up with.
That's great.
Look, it looks very much like Rembrandt, and the computer put that pet monkey in, which some vendors have a pet monkey, right? That thing above his head looks like a monkey. Yeah, I thought that it did great on that. That was, I just put it in. Okay, so here's a seafood picture in Thailand. And I wanted to see Salvador Dali, the surrealist, and that's what it did. It looks the lighting and the floating crab and the big shellfish under the table. That's very Salvador Dali esque. All right, so two more. Here's a tarpan ritual in Calcutta. I wanted something that looked more spiritual because this looks like a snapshot, like a journalist. But the chanting in the morning, it felt like it's really holy, and I was moved by it. So I went to see Michelangelo paint this. I told him the Howrah Bridge. I told the computer Howrah Bridge tarpon ritual in the style of Michelangelo. And look what it did. That's pretty cool, right? It knew Michelangelo's style of like putting a light around the holy area. And the last one is this is a Thai temple here. It's just a mythological creature. I thought of Bosch because he's a 16th century painter, and that's what it did. Pretty much like Bosch, if you've ever seen his work. Okay, already. So that's my 2 cents. Already. Yeah, so let's talk. I feel like your accent's really good. How the Indian people talk in a different rhythm usually than the English. We both put our words together, but the Indians tend to do it in a different way, whereas we do it like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. But you seem to have lost that habit. You speak clearly.
Actually, I have been part of debating club at my school and at my
Oh,
college. So I got to start from there, but still I have to
okay.
achieve the accuracy.
Okay. All right. So let me,
One more
yeah, let
problem,
me go.
one more
Uh-huh.
problem I wish to discuss with you. Like during conversations, proper words don't come to my mind immediately.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a worldwide club, but I know it's you mainly speak your first language. Was it
Hindi,
Hindi?
Hindi.
Hindi. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't know the language, but I like the chant. Yeah, that's a problem when we learn a new language. We're never quite as good as that first language, and we just have to build up vocabulary. How do you learn new words? Do you write them down and review, or what are you doing now?
I read books, and whenever I stuck upon some new word, I look it up in the dictionary on internet, and then I hope that it stays in my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. When I was trying to learn Thai before I gave up, uh, I would write the word in Thai on one side, and on the back I would write it in English. And whenever I had time, like I was traveling, I'd just look at the card. And some of my students that have a really huge vocabulary, they told me about an app called Anki. And Anki Droid, or I think there's an Anki, I'm sure there's an Anki Apple, but Anki is the name of it. And it's a language. You might try this. You can add your own words, or they have like 10,000 flashcards. And I don't know. I can't just look up a word and remember it. But flashcards, you might try it. Okay.
So I see that you have traveled a lot in India.
Oh yeah, because I do books. Here's my book on Thailand. I spent a year making this Thai book, and India is 3 times bigger than Thailand. There's 450 pictures to describe Thailand, and the cultures in India. Whew, yeah,
So
we traveled as.
you have traveled the state of Punjab also?
Oh, sure. We spent a lot of time. I was interested in the Sikhs, and we spent a lot of time at the Gold Temple, and what's the other little temple, the Silver Temple, and it's funny. Yeah, we had a great guide. We hired a local guide. He was a Sikh, and so he was able to explain a lot to us, which I had no idea. Before I went to India, I didn't have time to study because I was working on a Myanmar book.
So
But
near to Golden Temple, there's a place, Radhaswamy Satsang Center. So in abroad, it is known as Science of the Soul Research Center. Have you visited that place?
Signs of the Solar.
Soul,
Say it again.
Science of the Soul Research Center.
I don't know. My wife would know. I spent my whole time looking through the camera, and she planned the trip. Describe it to me, please.
It is a spiritual center based on on a very broad way. It is based on the teachings of mystics and saints of all the
Oh,
all the religions, but we have a spiritual teacher there who is Sikh. So we have monthly programs there where a whole of the crowd gathers and listen to him.
that sounds fantastic. Yeah, we had to spend. I'll send you this. You can read. This is yeah, great. Let me click on yours and I'll look at this later. I don't want to take your class time. Thank you. That sounds like something that both my wife and I would enjoy. Um, since we returned from India, we're trying to write our blogs, and people ask us to give magazine interviews. So we we have to learn about the Hindu and all the other cultures. And so we're watching a lot of movies, the old Sagar Krishna series, and so yeah. And I don't know much about Sikhism, but I still have. Look at this. I've worn
So
it every day.
which religion do you follow?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm a seeker. I was raised Catholic, but I study all religions, and I see that they're all kind of similar. I do yoga every morning. I've done it for 30 years. And let's see, what else? I meditate. That's Buddhism. I do yoga. That's Hinduism. And
No, meditation is common in Sikhism also. So
is
I,
it really? I thought so. Yeah. The Sikhs seem like very spiritual, deep people, you know. And in our country, there are a lot of doctors that are Sikhs. And yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll check that link out. And you can check out there's some good vocabulary maybe in my article, because I told her she asked great questions. So I said, oh, I need a week to write this. Okay. All right, so let's test you on debate questions, okay? Can I do that? Let's just. I'm curious to hear you get fired up over something.
sure, sure.
Let's. Okay,
Questions on
I
which
have.
questions on which topic?
Yeah, okay, let's pick it together. That's fair, because I'm not trying to kill you. I just want to get an idea. Because you seem like you're speaking very naturally and fluently. I don't hear you stuttering. I'm probably stuttering as much as you. All right, so here are the topics. Education, political, mainly Western, social, environmental, or technology. Which would you like to look at?
Uh, education. Maybe social.
Okay. You're such a thoughtful man. Okay, here we go. Social. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I pick one. Here we go. Social. Social's after political, I think. There we go. Okay. Righty. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. Can censorship ever be justified? What do you think of that one? Some background? You understand it, right? You're just
Yeah, I
thinking.
understand it. Can you show the other topics also so that I can have a better judgment?
Okay, other topics? Let's see. I'll just keep on going because I think the last one's technology. Oh,
So,
environmental. So we have.
is this a
And
website? Is this a website? Can you send the link?
yeah, sure. I use this with students that want to debate, but usually I agree with the student, and then they get upset because how can you practice a debate if everyone agrees with you? What type of topics do you debate about usually at your school?
Uh, at my college, we usually debate about political topics.
Oh, okay, that's hot right now. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the rise in nationalism everywhere. Right, it's marginalizing a lot of other groups of people. You know, we have the two-party system, and you kind of have the same thing. I know that the Hinduism's on the rise, and some of the Muslims feel like,
Basically,
yeah.
they have just commercialized nationalism, and
Oh, well said. Yeah.
and in a way to just turn it towards love for your country, they are twisting it as a hatred for other countries.
Well said. That's well said. Yeah. It's it's made it difficult for me as being a citizen of the world because I'm not a citizen of that country or that. It's become difficult for the artist. I think I I got a lot of criticism, and I didn't understand it till I went to India because I wanted to put the Taj Mahal on the next book cover, and I understand that that is an invading a group of invaders art, not like Hindu art. So I might have to do 2 book covers. Yeah. My American friends don't know much about India, and if they don't see the Taj Mahal, they may not recognize the country. Okay. Any of these you'd like to attack, just so I can get a feel for you at your? I think you're probably a great debater, right?
I have mentioned the topic in the chat section.
Oh, okay. Okay, the harm of patriotism. Is harm countable? I'm not sure that harm is countable. Okay, but the harm of patriotism outweighs the benefits. Okay, go ahead, please.
Let me have a look at other topics also. So there's a general belief that you see that we started long back ago when science was not so developed and this patriotism was not so violent feeling, and there were small crowds, small villages, and they considered that whole world is one home, whole earth is one home, and everyone are brothers and sisters. So there's a then there was a steep rise in this patriotism, nationalism, and then when we become more scientific, we see that we are very small species on a very small planet or a very small galaxy in this vast universe. So fighting on the basis of borders is very insignificant thing. So in the mid section of the timeline, there is just rise and fall of this patriotism. So I believe that the sooner we cross this bump, the sooner we can progress.
Okay, patriotism. The harm of patriotism outweighs the benefits. Yeah. What would the benefits? I guess it brings a country together, right? And it makes people want to preserve their culture. That's important. I mean, that's what I do. I document culture that's disappearing, you know, because we are being homogenized, right? So, yeah, that's a danger of this, what you're talking about, globalization and so forth. Okay, the harms of patriotism. I agree with you. It's really hard for me to argue any other way. Yeah, we're back to that same, because, yeah, I'm very against this. I think you probably follow America First policy. I couldn't believe I was hearing that. I had to look at my calendar to make sure that I hadn't crossed over some timeline, you know. I don't know if you study particle physics and so on, but I understand it happens sometimes.
Yes,
We're in
I have
two
a good
places
idea
at once.
about it.
Yeah. So sometimes we're in 2 places at once. I understand, but
And
yeah.
each time I also have a deja vu, I also check my cell phone for cross validating the time. That
You and I are in. Yeah,
that am I in
we're
the same
great.
year or not?
That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but it's funny. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe what happened to America. I left in 2005. I went back once, and I don't feel connected. Have you traveled much? Have
Uh,
you traveled around India or outside of?
I have traveled in India only, across the states, but not outside.
Yeah, well, lot to see there. That's one thing I was impressed is that Indians, like Americans, like to see their own country. The Thai people, they want to go abroad. They don't think the culture is worth seeing in the lesser developed areas, which is everywhere but Bangkok. Okay. Uh, so you're involved in this high tech situation not because of choice so much as because of aptitude on a test, right?
Yes.
So I is that good or bad? What are the benefits and what are the pros and cons of determining a career by an academic test? Would you like to weigh in on that question?
Actually, this was my choice also. I also love this computer science field.
Okay, good. How'd you get involved in it?
You see, at a very basic stage, our interests are mainly motivated by. Are you there? Hello.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I don't know what I think it might be your
Yeah,
signals.
there was an internet
I'm
issue here.
okay. Sorry. My signal's great today, which is good.
So is 5G launched in
Oh,
your country?
sorry.
Is 5G there in America?
Oh, I'm not in America. I'm in Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay.
And yeah, they have 5G in my area of Thailand because they had to redo the internet in this area when I moved in because they didn't have any. These people don't watch the internet, I guess. I don't know. It's strange. Okay. So I forgot. We were talking about. Hmm, let me see if I can bring it back in. Maybe that'll remind me. Oh, we were talking about your choice. That's right. I was still curious about you getting involved in computer science and the sort of projects. Have you worked on a few projects?
Yeah, I have done some internships.
Oh,
In this summer break, I did an internship under Microsoft, a 2 month internship.
oh,
So
that's excellent.
we did some amazing projects there, and I have done some projects with my course instructors at my college also.
So do you plan on being part of a startup company? What are your goals after you graduate?
I plan to go for higher education in USA.
Oh, really? Okay, good. Los Angeles, please. I I love Los Angeles or New York for people outside of America because they're more forward thinking than the middle part of the country. It's kind of a lot of nationalism, but California and New York, they new ideas. Come on. Do you have a school in mind?
No, not now.
Not now. Well, you still got what, 2 or 3 years to go. Okay.
Maybe I plan to.
All right.
I have planning of just doing 1 year job here, then going there, just to gain some industry experience here.
Yeah, good thinking. How long have you studied on Cambly?
Actually, this is my second class on Cambly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what you think of this lesson. This is when I have a first lesson with a student, I try to find things they like. So, second lesson, we can just go right to it. Uh, I just would like to show you this. Uh, okay, here's I don't know if you know they have this program on startups and vocabulary and talk related to that, but maybe you don't need to practice this because you do it all the time. Is that correct, or do you think this lesson would be of interest?
Can you tell more about it?
Okay, yeah, I'll show you more. Let's just jump in. Okay, so do you know what a hackathon is?
Yeah, teams come up
Oh,
and participate.
yeah. Have you ever participated in a hackathon?
Yes, I participated 3 years back, but it didn't got a good position there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds really exciting. If I were young, I'd be in the Silicon Valley, San Francisco, or yeah, you have a Silicon Valley in India, but I guess a lot of competition there too. Okay, so all right, let me just go on. See, I'll show you the vocabulary. That's probably the best way to decide. No vocabulary today? Okay. Uh, this word was kind of new to me. Ideation. Do you know this word?
Yes, I knew this word.
Oh, okay. You know all these words, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in future lessons, you'd prefer to do debate topics? Is that correct? Or how would you like to study in the future? What we do?
Just casual conversations.
Casual is okay? All right. Well, I've got plenty of that to do, and I'm just meeting you. So I'd enjoy hearing more about your culture and anything to do with, technology. Oh, that's right. We lost time. My other appointment is here. I have to go because I work for a supercomputer that records my every movement. So thanks so much for studying. It's a pleasure meeting you. Please come back
So I see
another
that
time.
still 2 minutes are left.
Yeah, I know, but we went off because we had technical problems, and their timer says that I have to go because it's 2:30 by their clock, and my other appointment is here, so I can't hold it.
Sure,
Okay,
sure. Thank you.
please,
Do check out the
please
websites.
understand. Please understand. Okay, thank you.
Do check out the
Hope to see you.
websites I have sent. Web links.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's done for today.